All right, we have got the new mic, if you couldn't tell. And I'm excited for a nice little calm chest and back day. I almost said back day. Chest and back day. But I am on a little bit of a time crunch, so we're gonna have to get started. Oh shit, I didn't even notice. All right, nice. We're going right down to 240. And I'm thinking right after 240, we can try 260, but I need to bring these up. Just because every single time you have to see me, I have to fucking swing around. So this is the hand placement we'll go for. Oh my God. Whew. That's fucking horrible. All right, so I guess we'll keep it at 240. But yeah. Today, we're feeling good. Now we've got to get to this entire workout in an hour though. But, you know, that's not a problem. And I'm hoping this is sounding better, because this is a good mic. It came with a lot of stuff that I'm excited to use. But yeah. Now to just talk about, the next plans coming up. The next step after this mic will be a camera. But I think we're gonna put that on the back burner and give it some time. I don't think we'll step right into it. Which isn't too big of a deal. So the only thing that's helping with is just my convenience, not really yours. I guess with a little bit of quality, but right now, we're gonna bust out some good vids, and then I'm making my setup a little better at home, so I can make some TikToks. But hopefully, I can post some more, edit style videos, in the coming days, so that our videos, so that we could set myself up for TikToks and whatnot. But plan for today, pec deck, obviously, and then incline. I was gonna do back first, but I decided we'll start with chest because the lat pull downs are taken. So we're gonna do chest first. So pec deck, incline press, the usual. And then lat pull down. And then I have either a high row or like our usual high row or the lat pullover today. Those are two, depends on what's taken. So if the high row's priority. So if high row's taken, we're gonna do lat pullover, because I do love the lat pullover, and I don't get to give it enough love. So, we have that in idea. And then T-bar row, as per usual. I am looking for an alternative to the T-bar row, only because I don't want to depend on the T-bar row as if it's my Lord and Savior. So, we gotta, as long as something's like this, and it's kind of hard to find something like that, especially with T-bar row, like barbell row being unstable. And then you could do variations. I might do a variation with dumbbells, but even then, it's still all iffy. It almost never equates to the T-bar row. So that's in motion. Except for that, no other big ideas. Nothing really crazy that I have planned. Yeah. Today we're not like playing around with intensity really. It's just kind of all out. quick, fast, so little rest time. And as I say little rest time, I say we do our next set. Not sure how much I'll do right now, but we'll see. Oh my God. Letting it slowly set down instead of throwing it like I usually do really kills me, but I said we go right to incline. All right. Perfect. Now, if any of you saw my last, maybe not my last, oh yeah, if any of you saw my last video, you would know I actually lost my wrist straps, my D-clips. So, we have gotten new ones. And they smell brand new because I literally just got them in the mail today. So, I'm excited for that. I have mentioned that there was ripping on my last one, but these seem like they've upgraded these to the point where that wouldn't happen. First of all, this thing looks like it literally cannot turn onto its side. So, that's better. And the comfort's a little better. But I feel like sharing that with you guys. Let's warm up. All right, perfect. Load up some more weight. We're only doing an extra plate, which I know I've done plate in 10. I've played around with extra weight, but we're right after our pec deck. So we're gonna stick with this weight. You'll see. I'll be struggling. You'll be in shock. But yeah, it's good. Let's take a second after the warm up just to recomp from the pec deck. On my next few chest and back days, I think I'm gonna do an alternating muscle. That's what I usually used to do, alternating muscle groups. So on a push day, I would do chest, shoulders, tries, chest, shoulders, tries. And then, well, that's it. Unless I was doing rear delt flies, which would be just a shoulder at the end. But now I have done one muscle group and then the next muscle group, which I actually used to hate on. So now I would do chest, shoulder, two chest exercises, 2 shoulder exercises, 2 tricep exercises. And on my chest and back days, obviously it would be 2 chest exercises, 3 back exercises to make 5. And I used to do back, chest, back, chest, back. So we might actually go back to that. But I'm not sure. Actually, no, we probably will try that in the next coming chest and back day, just so my chest has some time to recover, as well as my back, because there are 2 big muscle groups, and I'm pushing them really hard to their limits. So, you know, me doing them back to back, kind of tiring them out a bit. So we're gonna play around with that, I'm thinking. But let's get into this set. Oh my God. Oh, what a burn. Now, I will say, because I did just say what a burn, so I actually want to start a conversation about this. I will let you know the burning sensation after exercises is not only not a guarantee, but it's also not a necessity. And what I mean by that is you don't need to feel the burning sensation to know, or maybe not to know, but to just be aware that you are making progress either way. So now it would be majority of the time you'll feel somewhat of a burning sensation in your muscles after doing an exercise, working those muscles, obviously. But there will be certain times where you won't. And that's actually really big for beginners. You won't feel much burning sensation when you do certain exercises. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to. And the reason you don't have to is because that's not an indicator that you're maybe not working the muscles, but growing them. Now, usually you'll feel the burning sensation because you work them. Now, certain exercises, you just won't feel it, at least because you haven't developed enough muscle to actually get the burning sensation for the beginners. And just in general, certain exercises just don't give you that sensation. I did mention on my lateral raises, it was actually like a pain, like I would get right after I was done. And that also shows, for this I feel a great burning sensation. For that I felt a great pain. And that shows that different exercises will give you different feelings or sensations after doing a set of the exercise. So I'm trying to think of an example. Something like JM press. Maybe for JM press, you won't feel like a sensation in your triceps. I don't feel a sensation in my triceps when I do JM press. For certain types, I have started to feel it now, but I didn't at first because not only was it newer to me, but I didn't really get like fully, what's the word? Well, first, it just doesn't give it to you like that. So my message to you is don't feel bad if you're not getting that burning sensation or feel like that set was completely useless, because it wasn't. You just didn't get it, and it's not a big deal. Because I'm only saying this because I saw a lot of people complaining, or not complaining, but just feeling bad about not having this burning sensation. They're like, they were worried about, not actually gaining any muscle because they didn't feel anything. Now, I will say for something like lat pull downs, if you're not feeling it, that's a form thing. So certain situations, it's a form situation, and that's on you. But other case scenarios where your form is correct, don't worry about it too much. But like I said before, and I'll say again, if you haven't been lifting for 2-3 years, don't critique everything you do anyway. Like if you're not feeling a burning sensation, or you have like some weird insertion that you don't appreciate, like your bicep insertions are too small or something, don't judge it either way, don't judge your insertions, because unless you're competing, it doesn't fucking matter. Just grow them bigger and then it won't be an issue. But, in general, don't critique yourself too much until a little later, then you can focus on the critiques. Only because you understand more and you actually have a physique to critique. So, that's what I'll say. All right, let's hit this next set. Oh my God. All right, let's go over to lat pull downs. All right, here we are. And, as I set myself up, I got you. Yeah, get my brother his seatbelt back from the other day. Here. Got you. Wait, is there something? Wait, Yemen. Oh, there it is. I saw my strap connected to it. But we're actually gonna use the new one. Now, the conversation I wanted to start while I set myself up is silly faces. I saw a video on it and it made me laugh, so I wanted to share this. If you aren't making some sort of a silly face as you are lifting, you're not lifting right. And I say that because now back then I didn't when I was just starting out. And obviously there's people who don't make silly faces. I was pushing myself pretty decently hard and I didn't. But I think it was mostly because I was focusing on my face just not like a lot, but like enough for it to be like something I'm focusing on, of course. So I want to tell you guys, if you're not making some sort of a face as you're lifting, you're doing it wrong. Because, you know, you should be going so all out on your workouts that you aren't having any sort of like facial expression, that like you're not forcing any sort of facial expression at all. When you see my things, I'm always doing the cheese, you know, all the time. You'll always see me doing that. And that's just kind of what my face resorts to every single lift now, because I've just stopped feeling anything, and that's just what it does. So, you know, don't focus on it too much. Don't focus on your face, even if you look silly. Looking silly is good. It's not bad. So, let's hit this warm up. All right, perfect. Down to 200. I think you'll see me on this lat pull down a little more because those ones feel a lot better and I feel like they're more true to weight than this one. But this one always goes down by 10s, so it's a lot more adjustable. Like you'll see me on those, I'll either be doing 210, which is too much, or 190, which isn't enough. And 200 on this might be a little less than 200, which what 200 would be on that. But it's good. It's good. And you could say it's like a 195 on that. But it's still giving me that middle ground. So maybe it is true to weight, but those ones do just feel better. But this one, better weight. So just letting you guys know, you'll probably see me on this a little more. But that's what's up. Oh my god, that was fucking great. I'd like to share with you guys a lot on exactly what I'm critiquing about the machines I'm doing and whatnot, such as this lat pull down and the other one. I'd like to share with you guys why I critique them, only because I want you to know, or at least understand, what makes sense to critique and what doesn't. Now, of course, I'm not the all-knowing on what really matters and what doesn't in the gym. I feel like no one is. But, you know, I'm just trying to show you at least what I believe to be what really matters. And obviously, the weight you're doing matters more than how it feels. Now, those ones do feel, I can't really explain it too well, but it just feels better than this one. But this one has a lot more adjustability and, you know, lets me be able to use my weight more. So I'm telling you, that's why I use this one. And now you know in your head, oh, I see 2 lat pull downs. This one goes by 10s, and this one goes by 10s until 190, and then it's going by 20s, or 150 or something. And now you're like, oh, well, maybe I should go do this one. Now, there are certain there's another lat pull down right behind this camera, and that one's also just as adjustable as this one. but it again feels worse. So if they both have the same adjustability and this one feels better, I'm of course going to go for this one. Now that I'm sharing with you, now you'll see I'll also critique on exactly what I'm going to do, and you'll see the importance of certain things like T-bar row. I wait for it, like last time I moved my forearm curls to the middle, or my wrist supinations to the middle of my workout so that I can hit this specific T-bar row. And that's because, like I explained, that T-bar row hits a certain part of my back. So, moral of the story, well, I guess it's not moral of the story, but my purpose in telling you what I do is so you know, or at least you get an idea of what you could be doing when you want to, move some stuff around. But I just feel like sharing that with you guys. I'm wondering, just throwing it out there, should I start implementing some music in these videos? I feel like that's what this is lacking. I feel like sometimes, like a video or two where I don't talk as much, I can just compile my lifts and like just throw in some music. Because I'm not getting paid for these videos, so I don't really care for copyright. So I say, I'll play like a good song that it'll probably get copyrighted, and that's a video right there. So you guys should let me know if or maybe like my mic dies or something. Throw on some music and make a post. Would that be something you guys want to see? Because if it is, I'll do it once in a blue moon. But enough said. Let's hit this last set. Oh my God, I'm really feeling these in my arms. Just a little bit, but of course, mostly lats. Anyway, the high rows, free to take, so I think that's where we're going next. Let's go. All right, we are moving right into the working set and chalking the warm-ups. But before I start, I'll ask you, how do you guys think is the best way to approach anyone when you want to give a tip, or just if you even should in the first place? Because I was working out with my little brother the other day, and it was recorded. I just lost the video, but I was working out with my little brother, and I was showing him the lat pull downs and teaching him how to do it. And this guy came up to us as I'm teaching him, and he started teaching my little brother with me. And it was perfectly fine. He taught him well. He was explaining it with words that I couldn't come up with at the top of my head. Like he explained it pretty well. I'm like, okay, perfect. That's literally exactly what I'm trying to say. He's just explaining it a different way, which is fine. And he helped, and I was happy about that. But it got me thinking, how often, because that doesn't happen often. But there will be certain scenarios I'll see someone doing something like not blatantly wrong, but like they're doing it wrong. And do you think you should just step in automatically? Because some certain people will just completely, just throw you off. So it's fine. We have 2 more things. But I'm just saying, should we normalize approaching people and just be like, hey, I saw you're doing this thing wrong. Can I help you real quick? Or in a nice way. Hey, I see what you're doing. You working hard, nice weight. You want me to just give you a tip or two to make you feel it a little better? Something like that. And should that be a normal thing? Because certain people don't really like that. So just throwing it out there. I think we should help people more. So you know, let's normalize it a little bit more. Let's help more people. But enough said. Let's get to work. Oh my God. That was good. If you guys remember me talking about, just splits and whatnot, switching up my split, I spoke a little bit on upper lower and 3 times frequency in the week. And, my fault. I saw this video explaining, an effective way to do upper lower. I'm not sure where I was watching it. Probably not going to do upper lower, but I was watching it, and this guy was saying, during upper lower, or at least, upper, but, during upper lower, you have to leave in about 1 rep in reserve because you're doing a lot that day and you're going to tire yourself out. And I've already shared, I hate reps in reserve. Reps in reserve are the dumbest things ever because every exercise, you should just push yourself to your absolute limits, reach failure, so you can get that nice pump and build the physique you want and you care about. But this guy was saying you have to do 1 rep in reserve and all this stuff. And I feel like if you have to weaken yourself to obviously use whatever split you want. But if you have to be weaker, or maybe not weaker, but do less than what you're able to do just because of your split, do you really think this split's all that useful? And yeah, it's 3 times frequency. But 3 times frequency of what? You're not frequently pushing yourself to failure. So if I'm doing 2 times frequency in the week, and it's, 2 times a week reaching my muscles to failure, and you are doing 3 times a week not reaching your muscles to failure, really ever. Maybe in your exercise, in your workout, a little bit, like 1 exercise, but most, overall, you're not reaching as much failure as me. Who do you really think's growing more? And I'm not saying that as a rhetorical question, saying it's me, because I actually don't know. Maybe the 1 rep in reserve, you're still making better gains than me because you're doing it 3 times a week. So, just wondering, what do you guys think? That's all. But let's get some rest and hit our last set. Oh, you know what? As I was sitting down, I just thought of a T-bar row alternative, and I'm going to share with you guys. On your rows, right, on the rowing cable machine, right, where most people will do their close grip row. Now I do it on here. But if you grab a lat pull down bar, really any just long bar, grab it, hit it like this, boom. Same exact thing I'm doing. It's almost like face pulls, but I don't like face pulls because it's like full core. So you could think of it as seated face pulls. And that would do just as much good as the T-bar row. Now another thing you do is, maybe not on this machine won't work, but certain seated certain seated row machines, like the one right next to me, I'm not sure if it's in frame, you can also hit a row and flare your elbows out just as effectively. So there's your 2, alternatives to T-bar row. And you'll see me do it in an upcoming video where T-bar rows take. But as I was sitting down, I saw the seated cable row, and I realized, well, grab a long bar and you could do the same thing. So there you go. we might actually use it today because after the set, we're gonna go over there and I see a can of C4. But, this is something just came to my head. Before, we go into our set, I'm gonna tell you, energy drinks for the gym, it's a no. And I'm saying that because pre-workout, right, it's not just caffeine. If you notice, most of the pre-workouts you'll take, when you take it, almost immediately, you'll feel tingles. Of course, everyone talks about pre-workout tingles. And that's from the L-theanine. And certain other things in the pre-workouts, I can even take my own out right now and share some stuff. Certain things in pre-workout, you'll notice, aren't in something like an energy drink. And they give you more benefits than an energy drink. So this one has beta-alanine, L-citrulline, what else? Caffeine, taurine, and this is a pink Himalayan salt, but that doesn't matter. Now, those ingredients you won't find in, except for the caffeine, you won't find in an energy drink. And those are certain things that it just improves your pumps and whatnot. And I know you've heard this, but I'm reiterating it. Those things, of course, help your pump, and pre-workouts in general just help your muscles get more blood flow. Now, all energy drinks have are sugar and caffeine. So not only are you taking the worst version of a pre-workout and you're losing the pump effects from the pre-workout, and you're drinking a caffeinated energy drink, but you're also just drinking straight bullshit. The thing in those energy drinks, just straight bullshit. It's now I'm not gonna sit here and say energy drinks are pre-workouts healthy. It's not. There's some things that are like you shouldn't have. Either way, you shouldn't be having copious amounts of caffeine every single day. But I mean, what are you gonna do? But for energy drinks, they're so bad, and it's like, I don't know. I'm just here to tell you, don't go to grab your Monster before your workout. Grab even if there's canned energy or canned pre-workout. There's canned pre-workout. You can pick one up. It's not like a big difference. They're still like quite around now. They used to not be, but now you can find them pretty easily. Local gas station probably has them. So that's something. So, next time you try to pick up an energy drink for your workout, look right next to it and you might see a pre-workout. Pick that one up instead. But enough said. It's time to hit our last set of the high round. Oh my god. My lats are fucked. Oh my god. There we go. Good set. Now, I think T-bar row is good, so we'll head over onto there. And then we'll check out the pump. Alright. We've made it to the T-bar row. And I'm ready to finish this up and check out the pump. I still feel it in my chest, so I'm glad. But before I start, let me cool off a bit. I did want to share with you guys that, well, not really share with you guys. I'm just kind of talking about it. The next, because I've got a few more videos before this one comes out. I've got so I just posted the leg day, not the one I did yesterday, but the last leg day. Excuse me. And then I've got the chest day, and I missed recording the back day. I mentioned that with my little brother. And then I've got another leg day. So I've got 2 videos to edit before this one goes out. Now, I want to finish those up fairly soon. Hopefully I finish the chest day today. And then I can get that leg day out tomorrow, as well as this video, because I want to catch into a schedule where these videos will come out every day. Every day, my videos will come out around 9 in the morning. Maybe a little earlier, but probably 9. I'll probably schedule each one for 9. And hopefully I can get into a schedule where I just edit one. It'll probably take 30 minutes to edit. And then I pop it out at 9 in the morning next day. So, be wary of once I catch up with myself in these videos, I'm gonna have a 9 a.m. schedule. So that's the plan. And I think I'm gonna maybe not post, at least for now. I might skip a few workouts that I'll record. Maybe one day I'm not feeling recording, I'll just skip it entirely. I won't record, because I've recorded every single one of my lifts ever since I started lately. And I'm thinking, how about we, maybe, one leg day I'm not feeling it, I just don't record it. Or my phone's at 50%, let's not record that one. So that's my next plans for the near future. But anywho, let's get started. Nope, slipped. Oh my God. All right, now that felt great, but I think I'm gonna take off this 10 because I wanna bring my elbows up just a little bit higher for the next one. And I wanna be able to keep my chest onto this bar, or onto the pad, sorry. Now, if it becomes so much of an issue, I might borrow my brother's seatbelt and strap myself onto it next time. But I definitely gotta get that seatbelt. That seatbelt's fucking amazing. So, if you're ever thinking about getting the seatbelt, I've used at least oh my God, excuse me. I've used the EchoVision one. Phenomenal. It's amazing. I don't think I've seen a better one on the market. And I know these are EchoVision too, but I'm not the #1 EchoVision fan. Love their stuff, but they're not, I dabble in Gym Reaper stuff as well. So, I do find it cool that EchoVision's dominating at least one thing. That's definitely their seatbelt, but mostly because it's brand new. Anywho, enough equipment talk. Let's rest, get this last set in. Oh yeah, that was good. That was fucking great. All right, let's go check that pump. All right, we have made it to the posing room, and I am very happy about how lately I've been very lucky with the posing room. Now, I'm not sure how your guys' gyms are, if you even have a posing room in general, because some people don't. And I'm wondering, how lucky are you guys? Because with me, lately I've been greatly appreciating how every single time I come here, it's free for me to use. I'm so glad about that. But anywho, let's check out this pump. have to back up so you can have the lighting on my back. Alright, we don't gotta stay in here too long. Oh shit. Great lift today. I am out of breath. I am tired. The pump is looking great though. But I gotta head on out of here. I hope you guys enjoy the new mic. And I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.